Hi, it's Jez from Nigezza Creates. Thank you for joining me today. So this is the first video I've filmed in over a week. I apologise straight away if I'm a little bit out of practice. So this is Woodland Wanderings, which is the latest kit by Rach and Bella Crafts, and I'm a design team member, so I've got it to work on. The quality of the printing of these first bits of sheets I'm going to show you, it's not great. I set it to print and then I went off and did something, and then I came back and went, oh, that doesn't look very good, and so I had to clean my print head. So these bits will be used for something else, probably, that I will, use as clusters and whatever, and grunge up and doodah, so they won't be wasted. So then I cleaned my heads, and you can see the difference. Well, you could, if you could find a sheet that was equivalent. There, don't know if that's coming out, but it looks better. It's mainly there. There's certain colours that didn't come out right, so you can see on this one that's much darker, and you can see the detail there, whereas that's a little bit more muted. So yeah, so these are the ones that I've picked out that I'm probably going to use. So having done that, so I've gone for, I wanted some background pages, and I wanted some pages that had sort of journaling space, and then I printed, that one's got the brickwork on the back. Love these background pages. I say that's probably my favourite, and that's got like the Hessian on the back. And then on these ones, I've put the lighter sort of Hessian on the back. So again, those are in 120 GSM. So that's 12 sheets. I was kind of thinking, am I going to do a 3 signature? And so I'd have 4 of these in each signature, and then fill the rest up with coffee paper and whatever. I don't know why I say coffee paper, because we all know I do tea. Anyway. And then I decided to do these 2 to a page, because I felt the smaller ones, that was the beauty of doing a bit of a test run, really. I think this size is better as a bit of ephemera than the teeny tiny ones. So they look so much better now with the cleaning of the heads. So I did these like this so that I would have, this is still 4 to a page, because that size tag is better for this size page. If I'd done them 2 to a page, they'd be too big. Likewise the journaling cards. So these are the ones I was thinking I'd use. And then I've got these ones. I just did those at 2 to a page. I thought that size was okay, and that would be better, because this is 4 to a page. They're right wee. These would be nice little elements for decorating the tags. And these tags are really tiny. These fussy cuts, much better print. I thought I might cut those out for elements. And then I did these ones, so I can actually read what's on there. And then this was me forgetting that there was copy of paper in it, but I'll probably use that for something. So these are the pages that I'm gonna use. So I am gonna get the journal pages ready. I'm gonna see here. So we're 1/8 of an inch over 3 5/8. So really these need to be 3 5/8 tall. So I am gonna go down there. So I took a smidge off. Obviously for you it doesn't really matter unless you've got the same medicine. 3 5/8 is there. So unless you've got the same medicine, you'd just be cutting it to fit. Actually, I'm going to go a little bit, I'm going to go 1/8 that way, because I want it to be a bit even. so that we're taking the same amount off each. 3.5, 1 over. There we go. So now we just have tiny smidge off. That's what it looks like. Right, I'm going to come in with this, and we're just going to go down there, smidge more, down there, just a little bit quicker, I think. Then we can see what they look like. So I hope everybody's okay. Weather's turned a bit funny. We are a little bit chilly. We've just been up the hospital and came back. I was like, I think we need the heating on. It's quite chilly. And so that's what we've done. So let's fold that up there. I do like to be able to butt up against this to give me a good right. That's the sort of thing you'd have maybe in the middle. Just kind of looking. Will I have that in the middle? Don't matter. We'll fold it that way, and then we might change our mind. It don't really matter at this stage. I wouldn't have these two together because possibly not, because of the way they well, I might actually. I just don't like that it's got two of that sort of Hessian together. That's not how I roll. Just getting rid of the cut lines that I can see. There we go. So that would be in there. Yeah, that's a good height. And then when that's closed up there, got a little bit there, I could maybe take a smidge off the end here. Yeah, so I might just measure this. So if that's measuring at just an 8, well, yeah, an 1/8 shy of, no, it's a 16th shy of 2 3/4. So we want to bring that down to maybe 2 3/4. So we go at 2 3/4, and then actually another 1/8. So we'll go in there. And taking that off. So this one we'll go into 2 3/4 and then back an 1/8. So we'll go in there. Oh, you've still got quite a bit there, Jez. Maybe I'll take a smidgy wedge off. Just eyeballing a smidgy wedge. That's a very technical term, Jez. A smidgy wedge. Yeah, I think I'm happy with that. I think I'm happy with that now. So I'm going to continue to cut these down. Bit of crafty lunch coming on there. I'm going to get these all cut down, ready to be used. Right, so got them all done. So as I was folding them up and having a look at that, and I was thinking, right, so we've got 4 different backgrounds. So maybe I should make 4 little signatures so we can take, so we've got 3 of these in each. So that'll only work if I've been clever in my choice of which goes on where. So I've got like 2 backgroundies. Oh, and I've got 2 like that. What have we got here? 2 backgroundies, 3 backgroundies. Oh, cheers. Get your fingers working. All right, so that's 4 backgroundies, so that works. And then we've got 1 and a backgroundie. And 1 of them. And 1 of them. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those. Right, so not really working the way I wanted it. So I would want these to be like, these would be look nice on like a signature front or a signature centre. Signature front, that would be a nice signature centre, to be fair. That's a nice front. Maybe I'll go back to my idea of 3. Now that'd be a nice centre, wouldn't it? You're beautiful. So these could be the centres, like you. I've got 1. If I'm going to do 4. 1, 2, 3. How are we looking at them? Let's have a look at those bits as well. I think I may be thinking too hard, Jess. Just choose what you like. I like that one. Right. Doesn't fit well into... I didn't think this far when I was choosing the papers. I can always print more. So let's just see how we feel. So if that's going to be a centre and that's going to be an outside, and then we could maybe have you're a different fabric, yeah. So we can maybe have that one on the inside. Yeah, so that would be a 3. And then we fill the others with someone else. So that's a possibility. I like you. I might put you nicely in the middle. So then we want... Right, so yeah, I might do you. We'll do you. So I think you might be nice. Let's see, we'll have you. Yep, you in the centre. So has this worked? Oh, do you know, cooking on gas. We'll have you as the middle, and then we can maybe do that. Obviously there'll be papers in between these, but that is a possibility. That kind of worked, Jez. That really did work. So I do like that flower. Fox, bird, flower. That is a very quick decision, but that is the beginnings of my journal. Yeah, I think 4 little signatures along there would be quite nice. So now I want to fill it with other gubbins. If I have this as a possible little measurer, I think that might work. by Jove, I think it might work. Right, we're going to need a new trimmer because... Right, so let's do it. So I can see that leaf there. See if we can get the whole of that leaf. Whole of that leaf. I like the idea of that. Yeah. Let's just neaten that bit up a tad. Okay. So that's how tall it is. Right. So I knew that mark there meant something. It's how tall it is. So take that. Edith scraps, we don't get rid of them. And you there? You there? Are you there? Can you hear me? Yeah, I can. Right, now, what if I move you over a bit? Yeah, I think that'd be good. So we're going to take it off there. It'd be good if I actually had the measurement in my head. Then I might get somewhere. We are at 5 and is it 3/8? Yeah, 5 and 3/8. 5 and 1, 2, 3/8. That's where we're going. Up there. Can't pick that up. And that's, yeah, got nearly all of that in one. I like the look of that. That's not bad. I could put something up there. Yeah, that works. So then I just carry on and do the other sheets to size. But as I'm doing this one, I decide on making a pocket. So I sort of folded it where I wanted the image to be. Didn't want to cut the birdie in half or anything. Realised there was quite a sizable little overlap there. I thought, well, that could be a nice pocket. So then I thought, oh, I'll do a pocket on the other side. So I trim off the gubbins at the end, although I haven't particularly jazzed if you look at that shot, and have that so that I've got a pocket on each side, and now I'm trimming it off properly, and that gives me a little, I could either have a flip out or I can have a pocket, whichever I decide. So with that in mind, when I do the next one, I do actually decide on this one that the foldy in bits are a bit plain. So I'm just having that as a forest scene or woodland scene, and so I'll probably stick something on that foresty bits to you know, bring it out, maybe stick a bird on, or I don't know. And then this last sheet there, I've got those lovely daisies, or yeah, they are daisies. So I am doing that so that I get a nice wee pocket. It's not very big on that side, so I just chop it off. So I've got a much bigger pocket on the other side to fold over. So just adding a little bit extra something, trimming the edge to look nice, and that's those Edith Holden pages done. That's that one done. So we've got an Edith in each of them. in that. So I'm gonna do the rest. I'm gonna pick out maybe some nice documents, some other book pages, maybe some music pages. I'm going to look for some music that's smaller, because I've got music sheets this size, but that's quite big, so I want to see if I've got some smaller music paper. I'll pick some books that are smaller, and yeah, I'll see what I can find, and then I'll come back. Okay, so I did all that. I've got everything in a basket here because it's been days and days and days, and we've had a whole weekend and days, and yeah, and I had to, if you're in my Facebook group, you'd have seen a picture of me. I posted a picture, not a picture of me, I posted a picture of a craft room with a put you up bed, you know, camp bed, that I had to put in for my son because we had guests staying. And I sort of asked the question, has anybody else got a craft room big enough for a camp bed? And yeah, not many. Most people were very surprised that even I managed to fit one in. But anyway, so I put everything in a basket because I had to sort of clear things. So I have populated the signatures. So I said I was going to get a music book that had music that was, you know, a small script, so it sort of fitted right. So I used this old church and school hymnal, and I put some, so this is a sort of a vintage notebook. I think it was some sort of accounts book that you would have to have written your own lines in. I quite like it because, has it got a date on there? No. Because, you know, as you fold it in half, so then the lines are going in the right way, and they're quite spaced apart. I just thought it was fun, something a little bit different. I've got an old diary here, which is quite wee, so that works well. There is the odd bit of writing in this diary, but most of it isn't. But there you can see a little bit of writing on that page. And this diary is from 1923, so it's an antique. And then I've got this little amateur gardening pocket guide, and it was £1, so it's before the 70s. Do I have a date? 47. There we go. And yeah, perfect for this little project. And I wanted to put some old documents. I always like to use some documents, and I've got this checkbook, and I've got the check stubs, which were just perfect, and they're like filled in as well for going in as a page. It's not too old, 1962. And then I have blank checks, which I've used in other ones. So that was the documents that I chose. So we've got 4 signatures. That was kind of how I'm thinking they'll go at the moment. That's quite cool, but obviously I'm going to put pockets and tucks and all sorts of gubbins in it, so it might get a bit chunky. So we have some tea dyed paper there, that book, that vintage note paper, one of the journaling pages in the background, that little bit of a check stub, and I've glued it down to make a wee pocket so I can tuck something in there. There's journaling space there. That's the Edith Holden book. I'm going to have to put something in that. I'm going to put one of the Fussy Cuts or something in that. I think we've got Edith's beautiful writing. We have that little music. You see what I mean by having music that size? Because I just think that one would look ridiculously big in it. Just a thought, just my thoughts. And then that's that little diary page there. And that is what I've chosen for the centre, and then it goes down the other side like so. And I will be popping pockets on some of these pages and tucks and things. So that is all more or less the same. No, they're not more or less the same, just they are the same. So that's that. And I've got some little doilies I might be able to add in at some point. I'm now going to sort of address that we've got to decorate this, add some pockets and things. I think some of these things would make nice pockets and tags and things. Some of them are really easy to cut out because they're just rectangles. Some a little bit more difficult, so I might employ my scan and cut on a few things, and some things I can just cut out. I think these ones are quite easy, as are some of those, which I think I'll be using for pockets. Those were the misprints that I printed without realising that my ink needed sorting. So I think I'm going to do a little bit of a rough cut, so I can then use my little trimmer, a little guillotine, and cut some of these out. I want these ones. I'm not a huge fan of bugs, if I'm honest. So I probably won't have the cricket or them beetles. Dunlac. That'll do. No, I don't mind figure numbers and notes, and those circles are all right. Well, I suppose I don't really mind butterflies. I wonder if my 3/4 inch circle punch will cut them out. Yeah, a little bit too big. If I'd done this borderless, might have just been the right size, but got a little border around. I can maybe ink that to use. Don't like the beetles. Quite like them. They're all right. Right, let's get a little bit cut in. Let's see what we can do before we scan and cut it. Let's just move those out of the way. We are gonna that's still straight there, so let's take that down. Yeah. It is my intention to sort my room out so that the scan and cuts here are not downstairs. That's not great really, if it's downstairs. Having my printer downstairs is alright because I tend to design downstairs. I kind of do it when I'm watching telly. And I like to multitask. It comes from the days of being a teacher, and I used to plan lessons whilst watching telly. Well, when I say plan lessons, like put together PowerPoints and resources, not the real thinking stuff, because I kind of needed to think without distraction. But I can put a PowerPoint together you know, pick out illustrations for it and what have you, and make resources. But I did need quiet really for doing the thinking. So yeah, so because I'm used to doing that sort of thing in front of the telly, that really doesn't look straight, Jez. That's not. I don't know if anybody can see that, but that's not straight. So not straight. You can see how I lobbed it off there. I mean, it's not a disaster, but I straightened it up. I've just got, yeah, I don't like to passively watch the telly. I have to do something. So yeah, no plans for bringing the printer up, but the scan and cut up would be good because I could have had it set up. Most of these cut out already. Well, they wouldn't have, to be fair. Probably half an hour and they'd all be cut out, whereas this probably is still going to take me much longer than that. Right, so we got that. Let's just do there we are. That'll do. Oh, you're still not very straight, Mr. Fox. Puts me in mind of the Fantastic Mr. Fox. My kids loved that book. There we go. That's done, that's done. That's done. Now then, I wanted these. I thought they'd make, particularly that one, a nice pocket. That's not the straight edge. It's about making sure I remember which one is straight edge. Right, so I'll just give these all a little bit of an ink so it's ready to use. I think I'll just do a couple with you so you can see how I'm planning on doing this, and then I'll do the rest off camera, I think. These little ones aren't too bad to cut out, but actually it is fairly time consuming, so I will do the rest in the scan and cut. Hopefully they'll all cut out well enough, and the odd one that might not, I won't mind chipping in and doing. So I'll carry on with this. So that's them all inked now, and let's just have a little look-see what we might do. So I want a pocket on the inside there. So I'm just speeding this next bit up. I'm just going through the different bits that I've cut out and inked there, and deciding which ones would look good as a pocket. And some of those little labels weren't quite big enough, so I'm taking that sheet there that I printed it on the 200 GSM cardstock, and I think they make really nice pockets. They'll be quite firm because they're cardstock. So I'm just cutting them to little rectangles that will fit on the page, and then I'm going to round off the bottoms and put a notch in. So I'm making quite a lot of them because I reckon I'll use quite a lot of pockets in the thing. So I decided to use my little notch that I got there from that sort of envelope punch that I've shown in a previous video, and then I decided maybe I do prefer it round. So I think it's just what we're used to, seeing it round. So the aesthetics of the other one I didn't really like, but yeah, so I get them all done. There we are. I'm gonna leave it at that. I'll just round these and then I'll do all the rest off camera, because I only want to show you a few. And then we're gonna ink them again. You don't really need to see me do that. So I'm gonna get that all sorted and done, and then we'll come back and see where we are. Okay, so I've been through and I've decorated all the signatures, done them all pretty much the same. So I've left half to do. So if I just show you what I've done. So I put a little pocket in there. I made a little tab there for that tag. It's a tag, I cut it down. I'll show you because I'll do it on the back one. And I made a little tab there to go in that pocket, and then just a little bit of cheesecloth and one of the labels. I did a little bit of random stamping there on the pages, so they're not plain. Got a nice bit of decorative paper there, and there I put in a little journaling card, and I've got a little pocket there with one of the pieces of ephemera, and I just put that in there. I might add some journaling paper to go in. We've got a belly band and a journaling card. So here we go. Let me show you what I did. So we have got just a strip. I just cut it. It is it 3/4 of an inch across? Yeah, it's just 3/4 of an inch across, and it's the height of that. And then I took just one of the labels, and I haven't inked that one. I thought I'd inked everything. Spent ages inking everything, which is why my fingers are filthy. I look like I'm got a 30-a-day habit there. And yeah, and then just stick that on there just to have a little bit of a feature on the belly band. So, oh, what I did, forgot this bit because it was a while ago. So I turned it over to the back, took a pencil, and I just roughly marked. There we go. And so I'm going to put the glue just inside that pencil mark. So I can now stick it down. You're never going to see that pencil mark, but I am going to rub it out. I obviously glued over it on the other side. we go. So I want that to be stuck on there. So I glued not a thin line, a slightly thicker line, and then sort of centre it about there, about there. And then I want some of the embellishments. I've got all of these that I have inked up. So what's on that side there? Put those toads in there. There we go, not toads, toadstools. Left that as it was. So then I'm going to use that as a little pocket. So I've got one on that side, so they're both little birds. So we'll just, is it inked? Absolutely doesn't look inked on that side. That's probably because you didn't ink that side, Jez, on account of the fact that you're gluing it down. Good point, Jez. Well made. Thank you. So when you're seeing this, I was trying to do this all in one go. Of course, that wasn't going to happen. So I decided to take out all the bits to do with making the cover and make a separate video on making the cover. So it might be a little bit, you might think, oh, I've already seen her do that. Or I might be showing you something that I do in the future. Do you know what I mean? Bit of time travel. There we go. And we want to put something in there. Will that fit in there? No, not quite. What can we stick in there? Oh, there's that one. Yeah. There, that'll do. So that was that. And then, oh, we want something in there. Have I used this one already? Well, I've got to be careful about it, so I don't want to repeat. No, that's a different toadstool. Stick you in there. I haven't stuck you on the other side, have I? No, I used that one on the other side. Oh yeah, in that one I used the bigger ones. I'm not sure that I've got a bigger one that I can use, because these were the ones that were slightly misprinted. Oh, that one's quite nice. Maybe I'll use that one. Will it fit in there, or have I glued it too far? Glued it too far, Jess. Stick with what you were doing. There we go. And then we've got this. So for my little cardboardy things, paper things. This is for some hidden journaling. So go around it, around all the corners. It's just a square bit of the let's fold it in half. I might have probably folded this in half before around in the corners, but it's done now, isn't it? It's done and it'll be fine. There we go. Just crease that. And then I just inked it all. It is white on the other side, and I don't like white spaces, but when the inking's all done, it's actually all right. There we go. So I'm getting this done in the morning. I woke up early this morning. Ed's still asleep, so I thought, oh, I'll get on and finish this. And then I've got a few videos then ahead, because I'm hoping that next week he feels a bit better. It's not felt great this week. He had chemo a week ago yesterday, and he has a pump for 48 hours, so it's a week ago tomorrow that bit's finished. So hopefully then we'll have like nearly a week of him being able to do things, and we might get a chance. Little paper clips, these are in my Amazon shop front, 130 for less than a £5. I know that, so I've just ordered some more. I did a little bit of random stamping on these pages, and there we've got the last. Move that out of the way. I think I showed you I made these. Yeah, I'm hoping we'll get a chance to go away for a couple of days, so it'd be nice to know that my videos are all sorted, and we can put some memories in my journal, my memory journal. Even when he's not having great days, we're making memories. Not greatest memories, but try to always do something every day that makes us smile. There we go. So let's pick out. So what I did with these tags is I just cut off the top bit so that they would fit in, and then I made a little tab. So to make the little tab, what I did was I took a bit of the card that I used. I had spare from probably printing too many. So pick a nice bit. This is a 1.5 inch circle punch that I'm using. It is, isn't it? Yeah. I was just checking because I've got 1 1/4, 1 3/8 and 1 1/2. So I was just checking which one it was. So then I'm going to fold it in half, like so. And then I'm going to take the notch bit of this punch, and I'm looking down so that this curvature bit is on where the line goes up like that. Don't know if you can see. Move that there, you can see there, I think. So I'm going to put my glasses on so I can actually see. And then it's going through 2 thicknesses. There we go. Now, because to put that back in, I haven't got much of a straight line. So what I did was I took a post-it note. Post-it notes are great for punches. And I've lined it up so it is along the top, like so, so it's straight. So I can now pop that in, and I got a bit more there for it to be straight, and I can see there where it goes, and then that gives me a nice open like that. And then I cut the little ends off. I could eyeball it and use scissors, or I just use a wee trimmer. So I just popped it in, put the curvature on the edge of the line that goes across, and just eyeball in a smidge. That's a smidge. And then turn it over and do the same thing there, putting it along the line, keeping it straight, and I can see that straight edge is on that one, and then doing that, and that gives me my little tab there, because the actual tab from the punch, it's a bit big it is, so I didn't want that. So we'll give that a little inky dink. Put the post-it over there. What a mess, Jez. Look at your desk. Well, I'm crafting. Can't help it. So my craft room became a bedroom again. I've got a Facebook group, Nigezza Creates Crafty Place, and I shared a picture the other week of having a little camp bed in my craft room. Yeah, well, it was out again this weekend because we had loads and loads of visitors. Got another visitor tonight, Ed's brother, but we've got a spare room, so it was just when you have your spare room and James's room full, because we needed 2 rooms, and James has to come in here. Bless him, he don't mind. There we go. And then I just eyeball it for the centre. Stick that down. Stick that down. And there, that's my little, turning that back into a tag there. Oops. To go in here, leaving the pictures to speak for themselves. I'm not adding anything else to that apart from there where I want to aid, but I want, what have I just done with my strip of, there it is, adding a little strip of this, so I just take off a little bit off the end, that'll do. Little bit of glue stick, stick that down, kind of use the edge, go over there. That's my little glue stick noise there. What am I like? There we go, stick that there, and then let's pick a word. Took me ages to do all these blooming words. What have we got? What have we got? I'm not Googling these. Rach said that. Google them, then you'll find out. Just sticking them down. No idea what that says. But that's the one that's going on there. So I'm just gonna put a bit of glue on there, get my colour out for this. Stick it down. And that is them all done. So that's my 4 signatures all done, ready to go into the cover. I just wanted to show you one other thing. So yeah, let's take our little slide. Now you've seen me cutting out the square and using it as a frame and then fussy cutting around the butterfly, but I did create some to look a little bit like slides, so I'm just gonna colour it a little bit in the centre. There we go, so it's distressed a little bit. And then I have got some glassine. So this is from 1934. I know that because that was the publication of the book that I took this out of. And so it's faded nicely. And I just cut in a little square. So we'll go up there a little tad. Could ruler rip it, Jez. Why don't you do that? I thought that last time I did it. It was like, could ruler rip this, Jez, and then it would be easier. But I just persevered with the scissors. But I'm going to ruler it now. So got that straight edge along there. You can see through to see the end there. So I can rip along there cooking on gas, Jess, cooking on gas. And then cool, line that up there, and we can, it's not straight, yeah. I do, I'll rip it a bit more, but it doesn't matter. And then that can go on there, and it's like it's got a little, you know, because they would have been like under glass sort of specimens and that, wouldn't they? So I'm just putting a bit of tape runner along it. Oh, picked up a bit of gubbins. There we go. Gonna just put a little bit of glue around the edging. Just don't want the glue to particularly show, which is why I covered it in tape. And then just put a bit of inking on the edge. Do you know, whenever I pick one of these up, stuff is stuck to them. And that is how I did that. Don't know if you can see. So you can see that there's some shiny glassine. Well, I'm not sure you can see it at all. There's some shiny glassine. It just gives it a little bit. Oh, well, there you can see it shining there. A little bit of an older look. And then you've just got room for. So that'd be nice, bunged in a pocket. So that's that bit all done. There we are. So that is all the signatures now, all ready. So in the next video will be the making of the cover. Bit of time travel in that because it's already made, and I had to go back to finishing this off so that I can now sew them in. So yeah, hope you're enjoying this so far. We should be done in the next video. Okay, see you then. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and do take care. Bye for now.